Assalamualaikum dear CSS parents, welcome back to the channel where we decode complex topics and make your CSS journey easier and more strategic. In today's lecture we will dive into one of the most important areas of Pakistan affairs and governance and public policy, multi-level governance in Pakistan, understanding how various offices from the governor to the chief minister, from the federal cabinet to the provisional secretariat function and interact is crucial for both your written exam and interview. So this topic is not only important for paper preparation but also helps you appreciate how the machinery of the state operates across federal and provisional levels. And I have also prepared PDF notes, multiple choice questions and a Google Form link for practice, all provided in the description, so stay tuned, take notes and be sure to attempt the quiz after the lecture to test your understanding. Multi-level governance in Pakistan. Functioning of the offices. Pakistan governance system. Governance system operates at multiple levels, namely the federal and provisional levels. In this slide, we will talk about the key offices that ensure governance at both levels: Governor, Chief Minister, Federal Cabinet and Cabinet Committees, Federal Secretariat, Provisional Secretariat. So just like a large company has a CEO, managers and different departments, similarly a country system has various offices working at different levels to run it efficiently. So ऑफिस ऑफ द गवर्नर, अगर हम गवर्नर के ऑफिस के बारे में बात करें तो गवर्नर इज द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल हेड ऑफ द प्रोविंस एज पर आर्टिकल 101 of the constitution, and he is appointed by the president on the advice of the prime minister. So represents the federation in the province, can summon or even dissolve the provisional assembly, exercises most powers on the advice of the chief minister in the provisional cabinet. So largely a ceremonial role but becomes significant during constitutional crises. For example, if no confidence motion is passed against the chief minister and there is political turmoil, so the governor may dissolve the assembly or appoint a new chief minister depending on the situation. Next हम बात करते हैं office of the chief minister. So the chief minister is the real executive head of the province, the one who actually governs. He is the elected leader of the majority party in the provisional assembly. So presents the provisional budget and leads legislation, control our provisional departments and law enforcement, responsible for policy formulation and implementation. For example, if the chief minister of the Punjab wants to reform the education policy, he will instruct the education department, allocates funds in the budget and present relevant legislation in the assembly. Next हम देखते हैं federal cabinet and its committees. So the federal cabinet is a key policy making body headed by the prime minister. So comprises all federal ministers each heading a ministry. Decisions are made collectively, accountable to the national assembly. For example, if a new economic policy is to be introduced at the national level, the cabinet discusses it with all relevant ministers and approves the final version. Then cabinet committees. These are subcommittees of the federal cabinet that work on specific topics in depth such as defense, economy or energy. Specialized groups within the federal cabinet focusing on specific policy areas like national security, economic coordination, privatization and energy. So these committees enable in-depth discussion and quicker decision making with recommendation presented to the full cabinet for final approval. For example, the Economic Coordination Committee may decide on petroleum prices, but its recommendations are approved by the full cabinet. Next, we will discuss Federal Secretariat. So the Federal Secretariat is the administrative backbone of the federal government. Houses all federal ministers and departments. Each ministry is headed by a federal secretary, a civil servant responsible for policy drafting, execution and advising ministers. For example, if even if the health minister changes, it is the federal secretary of health who ensure the implementation of policies and maintain continuity. Provisional secretariat. This is the administrative hub of the provisional government, comprising various provisional departments and execute the chief minister directives and assembly legislation. Each department is headed by provisional secretary, and for example, if the KP government decide to bring reforms in education, the Secretary of Education will implement the policy and ensure departmental coordination. So, governor, constitutional head of the province, largely ceremonial, and chief minister, real executive head, leads provisional policy and administration, and federal cabinet and committee responsible for national level decision making. Federal secretariat execute federal policy, maintains continuity, and provisional administration executes provisional governance, bridges politicians and bureaucracy. So these offices and their functions are critically important for CSS subjects like Pakistan affairs, governance and current affairs. Help in understanding federal provisional relations, explain the coordination between bureaucracy and democracy, extremely useful for answering MCQs, essays and interviews questions. For example, if you are asked what is the difference between the powers of the governor and a chief minister, so you will be able to answer in detail with clarity and confidence. So that brings up us to the end of today's lecture on multi-level governance in Pakistan. We have covered the structure and functioning of key offices at both federal and provisional levels, highlighting the roles of the governor, chief minister, cabinet, secretariat. Understanding these dynamics is essential not just for your CSS exam but also for building a strong analytical foundations in public administration and constitutional studies. So make sure to review the PDF notes and attempt the MCQs in the Google form link below to reinforce your concepts. If you found this lecture helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more CSS related content, and drop your questions in the comments. I will be happy to guide you. Until next time, stay focused, stay consistent and keep preparing smartly.